Are we fine?
Yeah, we're live,
Okay.
yeah.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, good night, good morning. Thank you guys so much for coming here again today to support one global movement. Supporting one global movement, you are investing in the future of our young people, our children, and of course, families, because we can't talk about young people and children without also talking about families and the adults that take care of these children. We want to just thank you so much because this is not a one person's business. It is all of our business. If we want to empower, to impact, and to bring changes in the world, we have to bring these changes through our future. And the future is our children and our young people. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really highly appreciate you. We appreciate you from One Global Movement. The children of One Global Movement are going to remember your names. They're going to sing your name in the streets of the world for what you are doing here today for them. You might not know, but your presence counts a lot. These children will know that there are people out there that are supporting them. So happy Wellness Wednesday. Today's topic is titled Young People and Mental Health. This is very important. Let us all take part in this topic, this conversation, because a lot of our young people are going through a lot of difficulties, mental challenges that they don't even know where to turn to. They don't know what to do. They don't even know that they have it. And sometimes it's underlooked because of the stigma that is placed on people with mental illness. And some of them, they are ashamed to talk about it. So we are here today. Please bring your opinion out, put it in the chat, ask questions so that we will know how best to help these children. Please let us do this together. Do not be shy. Put your comments in there, please. Let us do this together because our young people are unique. All of us are unique. We come from unique backgrounds and orientation. So let us do this together. Thank you so much. So I always like to begin with a quote. You always have to remind yourself, any young person that is out there, and all of us families, remind yourself and those around you that you are stronger than you seem. You're stronger than you seem. You are braver than you believe. And you are smarter than you think you are. A child's mental health is just as important as their physical health and deserve the same attention like any other difficulties or health challenges that they are facing. It should not be different. It should not be stigmatized. It should not be underlooked. It should not be termed that it's pretentious because you are not in that person's shoes. So this is so important. So I will begin with a question. Why?
Sister Yvonne,
Okay.
1 minute.
Okay.
I would like to tell our people here present about the topics we discuss in this platform, One Global Movement. We do not just choose these topics at random. Rather, we look at the information we want to pass on, the crowd we are trying to address, and that crowd is the youths. So we most importantly touch on topics we know that they face in their daily lives. And everybody knows in the world that mental health, just like every other topic we have discussed in this platform, is a very big issue where the youths are. So as we pick up on these topics, please, I would like everybody to listen attentively. See after the meeting how you can pass this information and use it to mold the life of our youths so that whatever we are doing here will have a very good effect in their lives. Thank you so much. I'm sorry
Thank
to
you
cut
so
you
much
off.
for saying that,
Continue.
Esther. This is so important because if we are talking about the future is our young people, our youth. So thank you so much. So I'm going to begin with a question. Why, in your opinion, do you think we should talk about our young people and children and their mental health. Why, in your opinion, Esther? Why, in your opinion?
Because we have had several incidences that happen about mental health and the life of the youths, especially when they are stressed or they are going through some certain difficulties, which is not their making. Everybody that have any youth around, I would like you to always be on the watch because of the way these youths have seen their lives. Little thing throws them into depression. And the next thing you see them start touching some substances that are not supposed to touch. It's not, every brain is not the same. Some have light brain, some of them do not have. But those of them that have not tried that in the past, once they go into that mood and nobody watched them and caught them at the point, you will see them, they will start going the other way. Please, this is why this topic is very, very important. I want us from today to keep an eye on any youth, no matter who the person is, whether your child or not your child, and watch out that child as long as you're close to the person. Thank you. Continue.
Thank you so much. This is so important because I live in a society. I have worked in institutions, organizations where the youth are suffering, and they just say, "Oh, it's a troubled child." They don't even go close to ask questions, and they are underserved. So, young people and mental health are critical topics of concern in today's society. All over the world, mental health refers to a person's emotional, psychological, and social well-being, and it can affect people from any age. And that is why when we even talk about youth, we can go right down to even the 3-year-old because it starts from very little. If we're not watching our children well, it is going to be very difficult on their age. So there is no age limit here when we are talking about our children and the young people because we have to start very young. So what are some of the key factors to consider when discussing young people and mental health, Esther? And I know that here some of them can be like the the mental health issues. Like mental health issues are common, very common among young people. And why is it so? What are some of the issues?
Most of them mainly comes from the environment where these youths are living. Apart from the environment, peer groups, apart from the peer groups, there are so many other things that can trigger. Some of them can even be hunger. Most of these youths you see walking around the street where nobody is caring for them because there is nothing in their stomach. Sometimes they are tempted to go the way which they are not supposed to go, and the resultant effect of it will be this mental health. So that is why this topic, I repeat again, is very important. Let us all be our brother and sister's keeper and watch out for these young people and be close to them, no matter who they are. As long as you have any one of them around you, please be on the watch. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much because this is the focus. We all are here. We live with all these children and young people everywhere we are. And if you want to talk to a young person, they're angry, know that there is something wrong. Maybe they have not eaten like Esther just mentioned. Maybe, just maybe, they're going through some challenges that nobody's paying attention to them. So, depression, anxiety, eating disorders, and substance abuse affect a significant portion of these young people. But it is also important to recognize that mental health challenges can vary widely among individuals. We do not treat one situation as though it is the same for the rest. They're all unique. We treat them differently and give them the attention that they need. And sometimes, like Esther said, it can be triggered just by us parents not paying attention to our children, not listening to them. And a child would just go off just like that because we don't know about their biological and makeup. And so we need to pay attention to these children. Then risk factors varies, which also contribute to their mental health. What are some of these risk factors? You have genetic predisposition. Genetic predisposition means the likelihood of developing a particular disease based on the person's genetic and biological makeup. it is not of their own. It might not be because of drugs, because of substance abuse or alcoholism, just because of their genetic and biological makeup. And we need to know that and pay attention. If we don't, we'll miss it. And then family history. It can also go according to the family history. You've heard it said it runs in families. That is one of the reasons. And then academic pressure. Our kids are in school. We know because we have been to school too. We know the pressure of studies, the pressure of taking an exam, the pressure of even failing a course that you've spent money on, and even the pressure that the parents put on those children if they even don't make good grades, that can trigger mental challenges for these children. Bullying is number one.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Bullying is number one for a lot of children. My son went through that. My son almost went insane. But the school authorities don't pay attention because of the divide and segregation and discrimination. They did not pay attention. And me and the father had to really take that matter into our hands to resolve that issue. And then you have traumatic experiences. You have social isolation. We are talking about our children go through social isolation. It causes mental illness. They are in school, they form cliques, just like we see it even in unpassive. People form cliques against other people. And now these children are being isolated. And what happens? Loneliness. Isolation is the number one killer disease in today's society. And so
Absolutely.
we need to stand by them. I'm saying this, other students and other young people are listening. When you see a child that is being lonely and isolated, please, please do yourself and that child and others a favor to stand by them. Even if you don't have to say a word, stand by them and listen to them and pay attention. Let them read you from your body language to know that you are there for them. Please, because our kids go through a lot. Social isolation is a problem. So let us do that. And they
And some
Mhm.
of this social isolation you're discussing about now comes from the family makeups.
Mhm.
Some families keep their children away from other youths, and they tend to grow up with that mentality. So growing up, when when they leave the house, you see they find it difficult to also mingle with others. Before you know it, because it is so difficult for them to mingle, they will start, idle brain is a devil's workshop. They will
Mhm.
start thinking the other way around to see a way they can keep themselves busy. And in that process of thinking, it could lead them to so many things. And the next solution, the next thing is depression. So
Mhm.
from depression, it goes into another level.
Mhm.
Unless that child is monitored, there is somebody around to monitor that child to see that something is going wrong, become a friend and try to find out what is going on in the mind of that child, like bringing the child home. When you approach the child will see a kind of comfort. And from that comfort, they will open up and you will be able to arrest the situation on time before anything goes wrong. Thank you, Yvonne.
So much, so much. So thank you so much for raising those points. One of the ways that you can bond with children, especially we are living in societies that say, oh, you can't talk to anybody, oh, it's none of your business, is to have these small kitchens that you cook food. Food is love. Food is caring. You cook food, even if it is soup, even if it is breakfast, whatever it is, you attract these children, but make sure you register it with the government. And then you attract
Absolutely.
these children, they come there, they come and eat. Now they will open up little by little, or you will read their actions and then you will know the kind of question that you can coin, because it's not just any kind of question that you can ask those children, because remember, they are dealing with a lot as it is. And then to add on to their emotional imbalance is a problem. So we choose and pick the kind of words that we are saying to these young people, not to even increase their mental difficulties even more. And then the exposure to social media. We know that we are dealing with social media nowadays is the age and time. But here's one thing. We need to train our children from the cradle. What time to use the social media, how what amount of time to stay on there, what are they watching. We can put sensors and monitors on what our children are doing. I did that with my son, but still these children are not well matured until even like 26 or 27. We have to keep continuing to give them that support that they need. Like when we talked about this topic that we are going to do today, Esther, I that same day I called my son in school because I've been texting. I didn't hear from him, and I'm like, no, I need to call. I called him and he didn't answer. I called again, he didn't answer. I left a message. I said, please, Papa, let me know if you're okay or not. If you are lonely, let me know. I can drive down there and spend some time with you, because rather than to spend time with a group that is not healthy for the child, you the parents will want to go there to make sure that you're spending time, but we'll also teach them social networking, and then know who they are networking with so that they can build healthy and progressive relationships. So it's so important. Then stigma and discrimination is a problem. Stigma and discrimination surrounding mental health issues can prevent young people from seeking help. They're going to laugh at you. They say, look at you, he's crazy or she's crazy. And now it becomes a stigma. They are ashamed to talk about it. So, what is it like for you? A lot of things. This is a big topic. So, the access to mental health is difficult for them. Some of them, they don't even know. Even if the resources are there, they don't know how to access it. And some of the resources are limited. It is you and I, Esther, and all the other people out there in our audience that we need to start advocating for good resources, adequate resources for these young people, making sure that we are following up. Some of us can even take them to their appointment, because I did. Taking them to their appointment, knowing that they are being treated right, knowing that they are given what they're supposed to be given, and the right thing at the right time. So it's so important. So it's a lot of things here. I'm just going to be skipping.
Yeah, we have 7 minutes. I would like you to
Yeah,
round
highlight
off.
the comments.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to highlight the comments. We will be teaching this topic in depth as time goes along so that we can devote more time to this topic to explain it. But the mental health of our children, mental, emotional, social health is very important to give a balance to them. So I'll begin here.
Yeah.
Malampa, Bandi, thank you so much for coming. And we recognize your presence here and your love for the children of One Global Movement. We appreciate you for being here. We have Jitsu. Thank you so much, Jitsu, for being here. Your presence is highly appreciated. And then we have Luxman. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the love
Hello.
and the prayers that you are giving to the children of One Global Movement and for inspiring us. So thank you so much for that. We have what?
Sarawati. Hi, everyone. Thank you, Sarawati, for coming along. We appreciate your presence.
Yes, thank you.
Come.
Yes.
Suyaji Jide, I can see that. It's something
Yeah,
close.
it's Yajit Day.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for clapping. That clap is sharing us to continue. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Ane Shama, hello, family. Yes, we are one family. Thank you so much for being here.
Yes, thank you.
Go on.
Amitava. Amitava
Yeah.
says, I love Unpassive family. I love Unpassive. And love Ash Sir Mufare. Thank you so much, Amitavi, for coming. We highly appreciate your presence here. Please, you guys bring one or two every day, but more so encourage the children around us. We have youth movements in our communities. Let us encourage these children to come here because we need to hear from them.
Yeah, John Barilla, one of our own, is saying, hello, folks. Welcome to One Global Movement and speak with heart, voice, and with soul, with all the love and appreciation. Thank you, our beloved John Barilla.
Yes. And then Anil says, hello, John Barilla. Thank you for recognizing our family and saying hello to one another.
Gone. Hello, folks. Go now and give One Global Movement channel a big thumbs up and subscribe and click and ring that bell to get notifications. Thank you. Well done. That's a good advert.
Yeah, thank you. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. because this is going to help this information get to everyone, to all these children, wherever they are in the world. It is only us
Yeah.
who can do it. So Esther says, welcome. Thank you so much for welcoming everyone. We in One Global Movement are really, really proud of your presence. It means a lot to us, making the youth and children proud. Certainly, Esther, that is so true, because they
Yeah.
are just on the YouTube channel looking for information. When they don't see it, they be calling me. They be calling, what's going on?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So John
Yeah.
says hello to
Anil,
Anil.
hello. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, John.
Anil Shama, hello. Yvonne Mundih. Mom, God grace you and your family. I really love this show, One Global Movement. Our thumbs are up. Thank you so
Thank you
much,
so much.
Anil.
All of us are involved here with you. All of us, we
Yeah,
love you. We thank you for being here. I see some two beautiful, beautiful children on your picture there. Those are the people that we are serving all over the world.
absolutely.
Thank you for elevating those children.
Yeah,
And
ignore my comments unless if there is any other
yes,
thing. And if anybody has something to contribute.
okay, okay,
Yeah.
read that one.
Young people, let me see.
Is
Young John Barilla said, young people and mental health is a very important topic. Listen well, folks. Absolutely.
Yep, thank you. And oh, Anil, we already read that one.
Yeah, we've done all
See,
that. Yeah.
let me see. People are saying hello
So
here.
we can throw the floor open for anybody that want to say anything.
Uh,
Oh,
just John, I'm just wondering if anybody wants to say anything, they can come to the panel. We have just a few minutes left. We started at
yeah,
5 minutes after, so we have about 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes left here, if that's okay. So if anybody wants to come on here, that would be a great thing. Otherwise, we can just continue if there's nobody
yeah. I
that is
think
coming up.
there's another comment from Anil said, food, clothes, and shelter in a peace environment is very necessary for a
Okay.
good mental health. Wonderful. That's Anil at 7:24 p.m. If you can see it, highlight it.
7:24 p.m. I don't see. My time is different. I
Okay,
wish.
okay, that's fine.
You know what? I have to. After this, I will let
Yeah,
you know how to highlight these comments.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So let me highlight this. Uh. Ashit handpick. I really love what he always says. Handpick waving. Handpick waving. This is a very beautiful
Actually,
reading.
can you come and tell us exactly what that means?
We wish he can come on stage to tell us what that means.
Honestly, Kenita Momin is also saying, thanks, Doc.
Okay.
Thanks, Doc. Thanks,
I see
Doc.
that comment from Anil. This is a beautiful way. Food,
And
clothing, and shelter.
yeah.
Exactly. These are the basic necessities of life. Without food, without clothing, without shelter, our children cannot live well. We ourselves, we cannot live well. So thank you so much, Anil. Come again. Invite your children, your grandchildren, whatever they may be, to come here. We need to hear from them. They need to be on this stage here and speaking so we can know how best to help them. So thank you so much. And there is this
I think is it.
hand picked, hand purple blue peas, hand purple. Thank you
Oh
so much,
yeah.
Fabian Momin. Thank you so much for that. That is a very good way to cheer people up. And I think
We are done on that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think we are done on that. And
Yeah.
so mental health.
Basically,
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah. Now basically, the program is, everybody can see it to be a bit short, but I still believe that no matter how long we broadcast this, that is still, we believe that people can still go home with something in their minds to address. So whenever we discuss these topics, please always try to pick one or two things, because it's really, really important to us. We are just starting now with just talking and talking and talking, but there will be a time every single comment we make here will lead into something big, something different, and we'll start making so much impact in all the discussions we are having. So please, let us take this, our movement, very serious, and we're happy with the crowd that turns up. Initially, I and my sister Yvonne, we were thinking we'll just come here and just discuss our topics, but surprisingly, People started coming on, and you cannot believe how overwhelmed and joyous we are. That means we are really making a very good impact. Thank you so much. But the time is coming when every of our discussion and talk here will be put into works. Thank
Yes.
you.
Action, action, action. We are building a solid foundation. We're going to take off, and we want you to maintain you as part of one global movement family, and others that will be coming along, and others that you will be referring here. Because when that time comes, the essence of one global movement is to educate, inspire, and empower young people worldwide. Not just talking, building schools, building shelters, building feeding kitchens, building a lot of things in different communities, every community in the world, because that is what we need to do. Every community in the world is bleeding. Our young people are bleeding right now as we talk. Some are going to bed hungry. Some don't have clothing to wear. I say that from my own unique experience, and I know for sure, and I've seen a lot. So let us do this. No act of kindness, no matter how small it is ever wasted. Do not think that just coming here is just no. Your presence here, your contribution is very important, because this is what we're going to use to build our young people. So this is so important, Esther, because I can't stop talking about young people. This is very important because thinking about my story, I was an entire village invested into me. Food, love, housing, education. They invested everything into me. And it is our turn now to give that back, to do it. And it's been made possible for us through Unpassive and Mr. Ash Mufara. There will be no excuse that somebody can ever give in this life for not taking care, helping a child, teaching a child, lending a helping hand, or building that bridge for a child to cross. So I am just so happy and grateful to God that we are on perseverance. We are grateful to Mr. Ash Mufara, because without Mr. Ash Mufara, Esther, I would not know you. You would not know me. I would not
Absolutely.
know all these beautiful, beautiful people making beautiful comments in the chat. I would not even know John Barilla to know that he looks like my uncle. So this is so important for me, and I take it, and I know you, Esther, do, because you were the first person who said, you know what, I am jumping in. We are going to do this work together. And we are here today, and it is growing daily. We're building the foundation, because when it takes off, whatever endeavor you have in your community, in your village, we are here. Reach out to us. We will be lending a helping hand. So thank you guys so much for watching. Do you have any final word before I read, before I say the final closing remarks, Esther?
Not really. I think we have covered it all. Thank you, everyone. I'll just say thank you for coming around, and keep coming. Very soon, the One Global Movement you are only seeing on the TV and webinar will start being live in different parts of the world. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And just so you know, Speak with Heart is a portion of one global movement that we are trying to give our children the voice, because some of them have been shut off, shut down. They can't talk, they can't express themselves. We give them the voice, because if they can't express themselves, we will not know how to help. So we want to give them the stage. Some of them are going to be speakers, so they need to know how to speak. Some of them are going to be writers. They need to know how to do that, because I am here. We are here. We can do that, because that is what we also do. So thank you so much. And thank you all for coming. Just know that we love you. And I'm going to just say the closing remarks that I always say. Stay focused. Stay encouraged. Stay empowered. And always believe in endless possibilities. I love you all. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. Thank you.